Okay, so now we go to the third learning standard, okay, which is you are able to describe the main features of organism in each kingdom. So tadi ada berapa kingdom? 6. Okay, so each of the kingdom we are going to learn detail what are the features for the each kingdom, right? So okay, the first kingdom. Okay, first kingdom ini adalah kingdom Archaebacteria. Okay, pronounce dengan saya. Kingdom Archaebacteria. So these are the example of organism under the kingdom Archaebacteria. Very simple. So, right, for example is sulfur bacteria. Okay, and what are the characteristics for this kingdom Archaebacteria? Okay, first, this organism under kingdom Archaebacteria is prokaryotic. So what is mean by prokaryotic? Okay, jot down, tulis sikit. Okay, prokaryotic membawa maksud, it means that, okay, the cell do not have nucleus. Dia tak ada nucleus, dia tak ada cytoplasm. Dia very simple cell. Okay, so that is known as prokaryotic. So for the kingdom Archaebacteria, first it is prokaryotic. Okay, next, number 2. It's a unicellular organism. Maksudnya it only one cell. Okay, and autotrophic or heterotrophic. So autotrophic means that it can make their own food. Okay, and heterotrophic, it cannot make their own food, but it need others, okay, from the outside to give them the food, to give them the nutrients. Okay, and okay, number 4, right? For the Archaebacteria, it have no peptidoglycan in their cell wall. Okay, you need to focus for number 4, okay, to do comparison between the kingdom Archaebacteria and Eubacteria later on. Okay, and then, okay, many of the kingdom Archaebacteria, the organism under this kingdom, okay, it live in the extreme environment. For example, in hot spring, okay, highly salinity places, and also very acidic place. Okay, next. Okay, the second kingdom. Okay, kingdom Eubacteria. Kiranya bakteria yang kedua punya kingdom ini dia lebih modern sikit. Okay, so for this kingdom Eubacteria, example is E. coli, E. coli bacteria, Bacillus anthracis. Okay, so what are the characteristics for this kingdom Eubacteria? First, same, prokaryotic. Prokaryotic maksudnya the cell do not have nucleus, do not have the cytoplasm. It just has a cell. Okay, and then, alright, it's made up from the unicellular organism, one cell only. Okay, still sama macam Archaebacteria. Tiga-tiga masih sama, autotrophic or heterotrophic. But you look here for the number 4. Okay, for the kingdom Eubacteria, it have a cell wall which is made up of peptidoglycan, right? And number 5, okay, he have no histone dekat dalam dia punya DNA. Okay, alright, next. Okay, these are example. That is the example for the kingdom Eubacteria. Okay, now we go to the third kingdom. Okay, third kingdom is kingdom Protista. Okay, so these are the example for the kingdom Protista, di mana this unicellular dia lebih advanced. Okay, lebih modern sikit lah, lebih advanced, right? So, example is protozoa, algae, and also slime mold. Okay, so what are the characteristics? Tengok. Number 1, for the kingdom Protista is that the eukaryotic. Eukaryotic maksudnya it means that the cell now it has the nucleus, dia dah ada organelle, simple organelle like that lah. So tadi prokaryotic. Okay, now is eukaryotic. Okay, so once again, eukaryotic means that it has the nucleus, it has the, okay, the cell has the cytoplasm, the organelle in the cytoplasm, all that. Okay, so It can be unicellular or multicellular, but still simpler compared to the plants and animals. Okay, and then, alright, for the protista, okay, it's still it has two types, either the heterotrophic, okay, which is get the nutrient from outside, or autotrophic. For example, is the algae. This one, algae is autotrophic. Later on, I will show you why algae is considered as the autotrophic. Okay, and then some protists, okay, it have the cell wall, so dia macam tu cell tumbuh-tumbuhan lah. Okay, so now, alright, live mainly in water or inside others organism. So kita boleh jumpa this kingdom protista, selalunya organism ni di dalam air. Okay, so under kingdom protista tadi ada 3 contoh, betul tak? So the first one is protozoa. So this protozoa is animal-like. Dia macam, okay, macam haiwan. Why we classify is the animal-like? Because it can move. So animal can move dia by their own. Betul tak? So that's why, okay, under protozoa is the animal-like. Example is amoeba. Okay, next. Algae. Algae is a plant-like. So this protista algae dia autotrophic. Autotrophic bermaksud it can make their own food. So algae can carry out photosynthesis. For example, under plant algae is Spirochera. And last one is fungus like, is, for example, is this under the slime mold. Okay. Alright, dah. Yang keberapa ni? So, next. Kita pergi kepada fourth kingdom. Kingdom yang keempat. Tadi, Archaebacteria yang pertama. Eubacteria yang kedua. Protista yang ketiga. Sekarang yang keempat is fungi. Kingdom fungi. So, tengok gambar tu ada apa? Semuanya macam mushroom. Bukan macam lah, dia memang mushroom pun. Okay, so, kita tengok. For under kingdom fungi, okay, is, okay, single cell. Dia ada single cell, for example, yeast. And dia ada juga multi-cell, which is, for example, mushroom. So, under kingdom fungi yang keempat ni, okay, ada single cell. We can categorize into single and multi. So, for the single cell, for example, is yeast. Multi, for example, is mushroom. Okay, so what are the characteristic for this organism? Eukaryotic. Eukaryotic apa tadi? Dia dah ada nucleus, dia dah ada apa, organelle. Okay, and then, right, some are unicellular. Okay, single cell lah, contohnya yeast. Okay, and then ada yang juga multicellular. Okay, and then it, okay, for this fungi is the heterotrophic. Okay, which is as saprophyte ataupun decomposer or as parasite. Maksudnya, they cannot make their own food. Okay, tapi dia akan hidup. Okay, hidup pada contoh kayu yang sudah reput. Okay, and then dia akan this fungi akan jadi decomposer. It will decompose that organism. Okay, and then they get the nutrient from the dead organism tadi. So sebab tu dia classify as the heterotrophic. Okay. And then the cell wall have chitin. Okay. Next. Okay. Kingdom yang kelima. Sikit lagi. Okay. Kingdom yang kelima is kingdom plantae, which is sekarang ni untuk form 5 kita memang fokus kepada kingdom plantae. Pokok. So kingdom yang kelima is plantae. So once again, kingdom yang pertama apa tadi? Archaebacteria. And then yang kedua Eubacteria. And then Protista. And then apa tadi? Fungi. And then yang kelima plantae. Okay, so for this plantae, kita tengok ada macam-macam pokok. Okay, ada tadi pokok kelapa yang ada kayu. Yang ini pokok yang tak ada kayu pula. So, under kingdom plantae, we can divide all plants kepada two type, which is seedless plant and plant with seed. Ada pokok yang tak ada seed, And then some of the pokok ada seed, plant with seed. Kebanyakan lah. Okay. So for the seedless plant, okay, for example, fern. Alright. And then the plant with seed, macam-macam lah. Okay, ada pokok macam pokok durian pun plant with seed. Alright. So organism of the plantae, the characteristic is eukaryotic. Okay, multicellular organism. And then it is autotrophic. Kenapa dia autotrophic? Because it can make photosynthesis to get their own food. Okay, and the cell wall made up of cellulose. Okay, alright, kita tengok. Okay, for the seedless plant. Tadi kan, kingdom plantae ada dua, betul? There is two, seedless and plant with seed. So for the seedless, kita tengok dulu. Seedless, tak ada seed, no seed. So, how this plant, the seedless plant reproduce? So, it reproduce through spore. Okay, spore. And then have a simple stem, simple leaf, and do not have true roots. Dia punya roots tu dia bukan yang sangat kuat, sangat not true roots lah. Okay. And then dia ada rhizome for anchorage. Okay, dia macam terselerak macam tu. Okay, plant with seed, kalau pokok yang ada seed biji, okay. So, flowering plant produce seed, okay. Bunga tu dia akan produce seed, you all dah belajar kan, okay. And have stem, leaf, root with efficient vascular tissue, maksudnya ada xylem and phloem. Okay, herbaceous or woody plant, boleh jadi pokok yang renek, yang pendek, herbaceous, ataupun woody yang keras. And they are divided into monocotyledon and eudicot plant. Okay, for the plant with seed, ada dua cabang lagi, which is monocotyledon or eudicot plants. Okay, next. Guys, last kingdom. Kingdom number 6. Kingdom Animalia. Kesiannya, rhinoceros tu terkepit. Okay. Siapa yang macam ni? Alalala, comelnya. Kan? Alright, so Kingdom Animalia you dah belajar masa tingkatan 4. Alright, so this last kingdom, kingdom yang ke-6 yang very, very interesting. Alright, so what are the characteristics? So eukaryotic, of course, dia ada cell, which is in the cell have the nucleus, have the organelle, have the cytoplasm, semua ada. Okay, and then it's a multi-organism and it is cannot make their own food. Can we make our own food? No, duduk diam-diam, tiba-tiba kenyang, tak boleh. Okay, so it is heterotrophic. Need go to canteen buy some food to obtain the nutrients. Okay, kena pergi makan tumbuh-tumbuhan sikit ke, makan meat ke to get the nutrients, right? And then the cell do not have the cell wall. Of course, animal cell do not have cell wall. And then most have the nervous system, so we can respond towards the stimuli. Contohnya saya you all mesti pejam mata kan? Alright, because your nervous system is detect, okay, something, the stimuli, and then have the ability to move from place to place. So, boleh bergerak. Lembu ni boleh jalan pergi tempat lain. Kucing boleh jalan pergi tempat lain. Harimau boleh jalan tempat lain. Lipas pun boleh jalan pergi dekat bawah kaki you. Alright? Alright, so for the under kingdom Animalia, okay, we can divide into invertebrate, which is without, no backbone. Okay, for example, this one as you can see, right, the starfish, the jellyfish, okay, spider, alright, apa lagi ni, udang sedapnya, okay. So all this is the animal without backbone. Another one more is vertebrate, which means that animal with backbone. So semua pun ada tulang. Okay, tulang belakang lah. So for example, human, this one is what? Can you guess? Okay, this is the frog. This one, apa dia? Alright. Okay, so sample learning standard yang ketiga. Boleh? Okay, next. Kita pergi kepada learning standard yang keempat. Sikit lagi. Okay, you are able to describe the naming of organism according to the binomial nomenclature system. Okay, tadi, okay, just now we learn about the necessity. kenapa perlunya classification? Why we need to learn about the classification in organism? And then second, we learn about the 3 domain. And then we learn about the 6 kingdom. Okay, so that after that we know already the kingdom, the domain, all the phylum, genus, semua species. So now we want to name it the organism, name it the species. Okay, how the scientists name the organism. Okay, so for example, look at this. Taman Botani Putrajaya, dia ada satu pokok, which is this pokok, the family for this pokok is a Pandanaceous. Okay, and the species is the Pandanus atrocarpus. Nama biasa dia ialah pokok mengkuang. Okay, and negara asal dia Malaysia, Singapura, Sumatra. So how the scientists name this? Guna yang kita punya belajar tadi lah. Okay, kingdom, and then ada phylum, ada genus, ada species. Okay, all that. Kita tengok. How are organized name? Macam mana dia beri nama? Okay, so for example, this pokok, kalau you travel, you pergi jalan-jalan kan, you nampak pokok ni tiba-tiba ada nama dia, name tag dia. Nama dia pakai name tag ni. Okay, not only teacher wear name tag. Okay, name tag dia tulis apa? Medang Kemanggi. Okay, Medang Kemanggi ni apa? Nama asal dia lah. Nama orang kampung dia. Okay, Medang Kemanggi. And the scientific name is Cinnamomum porrectum. Okay, Cinnamomum porrectum. Okay, so kalau you pergi, like say you go travel to others country, you cakap, oh, this tree is Medang Kemanggi. Then orang yang bukan Melayu, bukan Malaysian lah, bukan not only Melayu, orang bukan Malaysian ni, dia apa benda Medang Kemanggi ni? Sebenarnya saya pun tak tahu. Okay, saya first time dengar. So pokok ni nama dia Medang Kemanggi, untuk Malaysia panggil dia Medang Kemanggi. Tapi like say you travel to contoh lah, you pergi Australia, mungkin ada ke takut tropical rainforest, okay, Hawaii contoh. Okay, so you sebut Medang Kemanggi ni, mungkin dia orang tak tahu, but if you say this scientific name, yes, they may know. Okay, Cinnamomum porrectum. Okay, so there are 2 word, okay, scientific name. Okay, tengok macam mana dia namakan. Alright, so Cinnamomum, okay, porrectum. So how they name it? Macam mana? This Cinnamomum, okay, is the genus name. And the genus name must begin with the capital letter. So can you see the C? The letter C is capital letter. Alright, and then followed by the porrectum. So this porrectum is the species name. So it's begin with the small letter P. Nampak? Okay, so if, right, you print the name, okay, the scientific name must be printed in italic. Italic lah, C depan huruf capital and then italic, mesti ada space. But if you write down in the handwriting, contoh dalam exam nak tulis nama spesies, right, you kena macam mana nak italic. Okay, so you make underline. Okay, tapi still for the genus name, yang pertama ni huruf besar, yang ini spesies huruf kecil. Boleh? Okay, next. Okay, so this system been introduced by Carolus Linnaeus. Okay, and then, right, dia ada 2 parts lah, species, genus and species. Okay. Alright, the nomenclature is the naming of organism after they have been placed in the taxon. So ada taxon macam tree maps. Okay, so we make the name according to the taxon. So kita panggil sebagai nomenclature. Okay, so next kita cuba sekarang tengok. So cat species in the same genus. Okay, you tengok in the world. Okay, there is a lot of cat. And you know what? There is not only one species of cat, there is many species of cat. But all the cats belong in the same genus. So macam mana kita nak tahu? You tengok nama dia. Okay, this one, Chinese mountain cat, nama yang common. Okay, tapi this one, the scientific name is Felis BT. Comelnya nama dia. So, Felis is the genus. BT is the species. Okay, next. Right. Okay, this one. Okay, Pallas cat. So, Pallas cat, the genus is Felis. Manul is the name for the species. This one, sand cat, is the Felis margarita. Okay, so nampak semua jenis dia Felis, same genus. Right? And then this one, black-footed cat. Okay, Felis juga. Genus the same genus. Okay, Felis nigripus. Okay, and then this one, wild cat is Felis silvestris. Okay, and the domestic cat is Felis catus. So ni yang dekat rumah kita lah. This cat is Felis catus. Right? Okay. Okay, so this one. From tiger, lion, leopard, and also black panther. Okay, alright. So it has same genus, which is Panthera. So Panthera tigris for the harimau. Okay, Panthera pardus for the leopard. Okay, Panthera leo for the lion, and Panthera onca for the black panther. Okay, the panther. Okay, and then next. Okay, kalau yang ni, okay, contoh dia nak tunjuk lah. Cara-cara nama lah. Okay, this one kata is Bufo melanostictus. Okay, cuba sebut. Okay, this one periplat. Wah, susahnya because kita tak biasa pronounce kan. Okay, periplaneta. Okay, periplaneta americana. Oh, sedap. Buat nama kopi nak. Okay, Musca domestica. You minum apa tu? Oh, saya minum Musca domestica coffee, nama coffee. And then this chicken is the Gallus. Okay? Alright. Okay, next. This one. Okay, kita tengok nama-nama dia. Okay. This hibiscus. So, the scientific name for the hibiscus is Hibiscus rosasinensis. Okay, this one Bougainvillea glabra. Okay, this one is Dilopnix regia. Okay, this one, okay, you baca. Sebabnya saya punya tertutup dengan kamera, dengan video saya tak boleh baca. Okay, next. Sedapnya rambutan and durian. Okay, apa nama saintifik untuk rambutan? Cepat, rambutano. Betul. Tengok. No, tak ada kaitan pun dengan rambutan. Okay, is the Nephilium lepacium. Nephilium lepacium. I think so. Okay, Nephilium lepacium. Okay, and the durian is Duriozi. Alamak, tak nampak lah pula. Okay, Durio something. Okay, alright. Habis dah learning standard yang keempat. Sikit lagi. Okay, last learning standard is, right, you are able to construct dichotomous key to classify organisms. So yang ini actually you have learned in lower form. Masa tingkatan 1 saya rasa you dah belajar. Okay, so right, dichotomous key is the key ataupun is the method, okay, used to identify the organism within a group. Contohnya, you ada beberapa haiwan and then you want to identify the organism, so you can use this method, dichotomous key. Okay, which is for this method, alright, must use two contrasting features. Mesti ada dua contrasting features. Contohnya, leg without leg. Has leg, no leg. Has bone, no bone. Macam tu. Mesti ada dua. Okay. Alright, for example, contohnya vertebra, ada has fur, atau satu lagi, no fur. Okay, under the no fur has feathers, no feathers. Nampak? Semua dua-dua. For the under feathers, dia ada internal fertilization, external fertilization, gills in adult, no gills in adult. So, semua ni, okay, macam susah nak baca, betul tak? Macam, kalau frog ni, dia mana? Oh, dia ini, yang ini. Macam tu lah. So, susah nak baca macam ni. So, kita guna dichotomous key. Okay, contohnya, all these organism dekat atas ni, okay, ada rabbit, fish, frog, snake, bird. So, kita tengok how dichotomous key, okay, using to identify this group. Okay, First, ingat. Mesti start. Okay, must start with number 1. Mesti start dengan number 1. Tak boleh skip. Yang seterusnya boleh skip. Okay, number 1. No fur. Kalau no fur, go to number 2. Sekarang kita tengok. Ini dia ada fur. So, tak payah pergi number 2. Katakanlah kita tengok rabbit. So, has fur. So, it's a rabbit. So, settle dah dapat. Okay, tapi katakanlah kita nak tengok fish. So, no fur. So, if no fur, then we go to number 2. So, number 2, no feathers. So, it also have no feathers. So, go to number 3. So, tak? Dia tak ada feathers kan? So, pergi kepada number 3. And then, dia pergi number 3, undergo external fertilization. Does the fish use undergo external fertilization? Yelah. Betul. Okay, so go to number 4. Okay, so no gills in adult and gills in adult. So jawapan dia ialah fish. Macam itulah dichotomous system. Boleh? Alright, so ada beberapa contoh juga dekat sini for this invertebrate. Alright. Kita tengok yang ini. Okay, saya tak pergi. Inilah, lebih kurang sama Okay, contohnya this one, okay, ada 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ada 6. Okay, with number 1, with joint leg. Okay, katalah kita nak tengok yang ini, snail. With joint leg, dia ada leg tak? Tak ada kan? So, kena pergi number 2. Okay, perlu tak baca yang B ni? No need. Straight away jump to number 2. Okay, has 3 pair of leg. Dia tak ada kaki pun. Betul tak? So, dia kata, no joint leg. Pergi number 3. Silap. Number 3. So, ya belum lagi. Number 2 tak payah baca dah. Okay, straight away jump to number 3. So, number 3. Go to number 3. Dia segmented body ke ataupun dia no segmented body? Dia tak ada segmented body. So, dia go to number 5. So, bila kita pergi number 5, nombor 4 perlu baca tak? Tak payah baca. So, number 5, B. Okay, with shell? Yes. Dia adalah snail. Boleh? Okay. So, cubalah cari beberapa dichotomous. You boleh try buat. Okay. That's all. Saya rasa sampai sini saja. Yang ini untuk flowering for the plant. Okay, you pun boleh jugalah buat. Okay. Nanti, okay, cuba tengok. Nanti boleh buat.